Hi everyone, hashtag CDC whistleblower, also hashtag be one less victim of a vaccine mandate, which, as you know from watching the videos, this is Trends and Tips 63, which will be tinyurl.com/TATips63. We also have tinyurl.com/be1less playlist 1 ONE and playlist 2 TWO if you ever want to catch up on everything. We have the Brian Hooker videos in there, all kinds of great stuff. So now let's just go to where we are today. Break a Billion, hashtag Break a Billion happened on February 11th, as you all know. It was phenomenal, amazing. We're still averaging about 7 million impressions a day, which a marketing company, you could charge a fortune to try to get that many impressions on a hashtag on one day, and then it would be gone and that would be it. So we're doing amazing, and we continue to do amazing. And we fluidly transitioned from having this be a hashtag about the CDC whistleblower into vaccine understanding, and now into fighting for the right to make a choice about vaccines is where we have to be until these 50 mandates are blown out of the water. You can read about them at nvicadvocacy.org. And the hashtag for that is no mandates. Let's start with this video. Washington had a town hall meeting, Texas had a town hall meeting, and now Oregon's had a town hall meeting, all of which are trying to take away personal and religious exemptions, one or the other or both. Every single room has been full with people who do not want to take the exemptions away and do not want mandates, which is reflective of the 82% of the population, when polled, does not think there should be vaccine mandates. We don't know what in the world is wrong with these legislators. Can't imagine that it has anything to do with money and cognitive dissonance. But the fight is firmly in the state battles to maintain our exemptions. Again, or all those states had tons of people that wanted to keep the exemptions and just a tiny handful of people that were wanting to get rid of it. This is Oregon. We're going to play this for you right here. The person who brought the bill to Oregon is someone who appears to have a level of hypocrisy that we are stunned to see. You need to see it for yourself. It is Senator Elizabeth Steiner Hayward, and you're going to see what she says here.
While researching this issue, I discovered that the American Medical Association's Code of Ethics specifically recognizes that physicians may claim a religious or philosophical reason not to be immunized. AMA Code of Ethics Opinion Number 9.133. If doctors hold a belief that it's ethical to claim a religious or philosophical exemption to vaccines, under what claim of right does the state have the capability of outlawing ethical behavior by its citizens?
Again, so right there what he's saying is the American Medical Association and the American Pediatric Association, both in their bylaws, strictly say that the doctor shall maintain a philosophical, religious, and medical exemption for the doctors.
Interestingly enough, in an article that was published in the American Academy of Family Physicians, the sponsor of this bill is quoted as disregarding her treating doctor's advice because, in the paraphrase, I did the research and disagreed with her recommendation. She chose to breastfeed her child despite the medication that she was taking for her condition, and despite the risk to her child from that medication. There was a greater certainty of...
I'm sorry, Madam Chair. I have to interrupt.
Yes, please.
My integrity has just been impugned by the witness, and I want to be really clear here, sir.
Does she not sound like some of the doctors you've dealt with over the years, Candace?
Very condescending.
Like, wow. Okay.
I'm not...
No, sir. Please allow me to respond.
Sure.
Thank you. I appreciate that. My doctor at that time was responding, in fact, to drug company paranoia because it...
Drug company... Have you ever seen a drug company have paranoia?
No, they just as soon poison us.
We vaccinate pregnant women. And
who do they test that Hep B on? First day of life.
Yeah, it's like, what? Okay. Just, sorry.
tested it in pregnant and breastfeeding women. I called the national expert.
Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, let's just talk class system here. So because she has access to some big wig, she's able to get information that nobody else can have so that she can make a wiser choice. Again, we're just talking about medical freedom here. Let's keep moving.
On drugs and lactation from the University of Texas and asked him personally to clarify that interferons did not transfer from breast milk, from the mother's tissue into breast milk before I made that decision for my child. And I also was well aware that breastfeeding is the best thing you can do to protect children from autoimmune diseases.
I would beg to differ. The best thing you can do would be to not vaccinate them. We have since found out that she has MS, and that's what the interferon therapy was for. So it would be really interesting to see her vaccine records because tinyurl.com/HepBMS, there's clearly data suggesting that some of the shots are potentially causal in MS.
So I would be very grateful if you did not take my decision, my personal decision about my medical care out of context. Thank you.
All right, please. Remember,
No, mine was science-based.
Oh. Candace, go.
And ours is not science-based?
Well,
on.
it's just the epitome of hypocrisy. It's just and let's just do the disclaimer here. We want to be abundantly clear that we did not write the script for her and then hypnotize her prior to her coming to this meeting. Because we couldn't have written a better script ourselves to demonstrate how hypocritical everything she's talking about is. So again, this was not, we didn't write this and, like plant it in her head.
I will have to ask people to leave if we don't have decorum. We do not impugn others.
She
All
didn't
right.
impugn
My
her.
statement was not intended in any manner of impugning or maligning the sponsor of this bill, only pointing out that her right to exercise her informed consent and make a different decision than her treating doctor is the same right that we as citizens are seeking for ourselves.
Yahoo! Standing ovation.
People all over the internet are clapping for you. Great job. That was perfection. He wasn't trying to make. Okay, so now let's go to what he's referring to, which is tinyurl.com/Oregon Hypocrisy 2. So this is the article that was written about her. Despite physical challenges, Oregon family physician driven to succeed. And there's no question we feel bad that she has MS. There's no question. But as a physician with MS, her cognitive dissonance level, if you were to be able to grade it objectively, which we don't have the tools to do, but if you could, would be uber high. It would be ridiculously high. So we go down here. So she said Steiner Hayward received her preliminary diagnosis. She was trying to get pregnant. I had another issue that day, which meant I'd had 2 discrete episodes. So my doctor says, you have MS, and I said, and she said, shit. The problem Steiner Hayward said was that she was going full throttle in her FP career, was trying to get pregnant, blah, blah, blah. She was also headed to China for 2.5 weeks. That makes me question if she had a bunch of vaccines. And
She did.
anticipating going to China. That's a question there. She says, so I tabled it and went on the trip, but it turns out I didn't have to think too hard because I came back and realized I was already pregnant. So I had the baby and then consulted a neurologist about my options. The neurologist informed Steiner Hayward in no uncertain terms that she was going to start interferon therapy immediately, and sounds like a doctor actually, and she would not be allowed to breastfeed. But Steiner Hayward had other ideas. Breastfeeding protects against, these are her words, breastfeeding protects against autoimmune disorders, and she has MS. She said, laughing and shaking her head. So she did the research and told her that she thought interferon was too big to get into breast milk and that she was going to go ahead and breastfeed. She, of course, thought I was crazy and told me I was not to do that. So I went out and found another neurologist who respected the fact that I was on FP and I knew what I was talking about, and he agreed that breastfeeding was okay. So isn't that fabulous? Okay, let's play a little bit of this video here.
Dr. Elizabeth Steiner Hayward, the recently elected state senator from Oregon's 17th district in Portland.
She actually wasn't elected. She was brought in under committee it was a 5-4 vote. It was tied 4-4, and then somebody called in from Panama, and so she was put into her position. She was not elected.
Is an amazing individual by any standard. Steiner Hayward said it's ironic, but there may be no better training in the world for becoming a legislator than first working as a family physician.
He said, family doctors, this is what we think about. We understand how people's diabetes is connected to their heart failure, is connected to their high blood pressure.
And which drugs for each.
Is connected to the fact that they can't get any exercise because of their arthritis.
And your pharmaceutical pad works well for all of those.
Is connected to the fact that they're taking care of their disabled mother.
Who had nothing to do with any of the flu shots that you recommended she get.
Is connected to the fact that they've never been educated about how to eat a good diet. We have to understand complex systems. We have to be generalists. And then you throw academic medicine on top of that and the politics that come with it. I mean, really, it's like, this is what we do.
Did you hear what she just said? God. So basically saying she's amazing at politics because medicine is so full of crazy politics. Okay, why did we just go through all of this? We went through all of this because she is the weak link in the mandate push. She's the most obvious hypocrite in all of this. She has the most obvious written material and visual material that people will resonate with. And she needs to know that not only is there data that works against what she's saying, but that the people are not supporting her decision. So the goal would be, let's go to Twitter. Let's go to UCES, Dave, and see what we're up to. The most effective technique for educating these people is always to stay uber positive. In addition to being incredibly positive, never taking the bait from any trolls, ever, 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 you want to ask questions. And one of the best ways to ask questions is to ask for clarification about things. Specifically, is there any way you could provide me with a safety study for the MMR? I have someone who's on the fence about it, but I just need a safety study to show them. And you're just constantly trying to get people to bring you the data because you just want them to look. So you bring them data as you ask them for data, and they just simply can't find it. So anything there, Missy Misser, talk about? Great memes tonight at CES, Dave.
Thank you. I've been targeting Governor Christie and Governor Jerry Brown, California, because I know our hearing's going to be coming up, and we got to put a bug in his ear and let him know that we're not happy.
We don't like the word target because we don't target.
No, I'm tweeting him.
Tweet and show the love. And one of the best ways to show the love with the evidence is their handle and then 2 handles from people that they respect. You can get it from wefollow.com and type in their state. You can get it from their following list. You can get it from their alma mater. Like, for example, that Oregon woman, Dr. Hypocrite. Oh, no, I didn't just say that. I think went to Harvard, and she had a lot of different Harvard things that she was following. So it would be really interesting to see what some of those Harvard people thought about the fact that she's trying to pass a mandate in Oregon that perhaps they don't agree with. And maybe she'll listen to them. Who knows? So what else you got there, girl? Oh, this for sure. Medical freedom. The 28th Amendment to the Constitution will be for medical freedom. The right of the people to seek and refuse medical treatment for themselves and for their children shall not be infringed. This will be added to the state's constitutions, and then finally it will be added to the federal Constitution. I am manifesting that right now. It gets rid of all the marijuana fights, the camel milk, the raw milk, the different types of cancer treatments that people want to use. It gets rid of the law in California that says you have to do chemo and radiation before you can do any other augmentative therapies. So we're manifesting that. So we're blazing two trails right now. We're blazing the medical freedom, push them to where 82% of America is. And we're fighting the mandates in a very personal way, with specifically at the legislators who brought it forth door. You start with the two people who pinned it, and you work your way down that list. What else you got? Oh, the bot.
Okay, we got bot, and we got moving to Colorado. All our big companies from California are going to move out if this thing happens.
Okay, so watch bot. And just if you have somebody watch this bot movie at tinyurl.com/watchbot, just give them the links. Say, ask me questions as you have them during this movie. Colorado has passed a Parents' Bill of Rights, so it's tinyurl.com/moving to Colorado. But really what's interesting, I think I saw some memes you found earlier. Am I going the right direction for those California ones?
Go up, up, up.
And there's no question that Pan is also in deep doo-doo with the whole hypocrisy thing. He has said, we have never said that a parent should not have the right to make the decision as to what's right for their child. That's parents' decision and parents' decision number 2. We're just we're educating Oregon first because it's first on the list to have its hearing. And then by the time Oregon goes down the way it's going to go down, California's going to be scared, and all of those legislators that just signed on because it seemed like the easy thing to do will dump their names off the bill, and it'll just be Gonzalez and Pan, and they'll be looking pretty lonely, I think, by the time we get to California. So where's that California stuff, girlfriend?
Go higher, go higher.
Up?
Yes, yes.
You've been a busy little beaver today.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
Here's one. Rumor has it Disney, Google, Yahoo, and Cisco, making up a huge part of California's economy, are negotiating with Governor Brown to veto the vaccine mandate bill or move to Colorado, where they just installed the Parent Bill of Rights. Oh, wow, I heard the same thing about Oregon, Texas, and Washington. So we can go to why they might, which is, this is California Silicon Valley rates of vaccine adherence. So if you see right here, Pixar, which is Disney, Google, Cisco, IBM, and Yahoo all have below the 80% mark, this one 43, on vaccine adherence. Those companies are not going to be very happy to be told that they have to vaccinate their kids. Moms out there who are watching this video and have seen the uproar at #CDC Whistleblower, go to your employer's office, human resources, everyone. Put the pressure on these companies to go to Jerry Brown and say, we are leaving the state if you mandate vaccines. And that's the kind of pressure that might make a difference in all of this. How come I can't go backwards? It never lets me go backwards anymore. So what else? Did we cover everything?
Well, I am tweeting Governor Christie and Governor Brown in the hopes of educating them before it comes to town. And, you know, we just really need to hang on to our liberty because this is just ridiculous. I can't even believe this is in question. I can't even believe it.
I was so down about this whole thing, and then I realized you got to hit bottom before you shoot your way.
Yeah, I know. You know, I've been feeling the energy, and I've been like down in the mouth. It's really been affecting me, and
But now we have a plan. We're going to do the dual track. We are targeting the 28th Amendment to the Constitution for medical freedom, and we are educating these legislators that are too stupid to look at the polling data from USA Today and all these other places that say 82% of Americans don't support this. They will be.
And we have to remember, these people work for us.
Well, I think they don't realize that this is not that kind of issue that just makes them lose an election. This is the kind of issue that makes them go to the diner they've gone to for the last 20 years and be the social pariah because nobody wants to talk to them. And here's another piece of this. Could you imagine, let's say this passes in Oregon. Let's say it takes 9 months for them. And I've also heard that they're probably going to be talking about recalls for all these people as a separate legal way to get them out of there, is recalling them from their personal districts to just recall them and get them the heck out of there. But could you imagine this passes in one of these states? One of these parents does this under complete duress, and then that child is damaged? Whoa! I would not want to be the person who signed off on that bill. No, thank you. Okay, so lots of great things, and I feel sorry for someone like Kristen Bell, who was just not energetic enough to actually do the research to come out publicly and just do the group think thing. Kristen and Dax, you're smart people. Go to #CDC whistleblower and look at some studies. Why don't you start with tinyurl.com/1 in 2? Half our kids are sick. And then go to tinyurl.com/vax. No vax. We've never studied it. And then work your way from there. Don't start at the epilogue. Okay, we love you guys, and we will see you. Oh, and yes, they're all moving to Colorado unless we kill these mandates. So we love you, and we'll see you on Twitter.
Thanks for all you do, Dana. Love you.
Candace, you're the best. Mwah.
Love you.